What is up, guys? Happy Saturday. This is the MLB Pick Show, August 15th, Saturday. MLB card breaking down on today's show. So welcome in. Got 5 games want to break down here. 2 bets I just bet personally here in Las Vegas. So give them out on the show. Everybody welcome in, and feel free to chime in the chat box and try to answer any questions you have. Welcome in, Jay. Welcome in, 805. Happy Saturdays to you guys. Yeah, Jay, I'll try to stay hot, man. Last night was fun, so hopefully add on some units for today's card. Darrell, what is up, buddy? Always good to see you. So, guys, starting off here towards the top of the card as the MLB slate gets going pretty early here. St. Louis and the Chicago White Sox first up, but I don't have anything on that game. Do have a couple quick points here on the NL East matchup. New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies. We got Steven Matz versus Aaron Nola. And again, guys, you know, with all these pitching changes this year, all the bets are action. I believe at all the sports books. Anyway, all the sports books I'm using. So even if the pitcher does change, you know, locked in on these bets. So just know that going in. But in this matchup, Matz versus Nola, Nola for the Phillies has been great. 1 earned run in each of his last 2 starts against the Braves and the Yankees. So 2 really good lineups as well. He went 14 innings, 22 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. A 22-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio is going to command a price almost each and every time in MLB. So Aaron Nola, I have circled on as a really bet on only, depending on price, obviously. But Matt's going on the other side in his last 2 starts. Pretty much the opposite here. 13 earned runs in 7 innings. I have a real question mark because the velocity was there and no walks, which makes me kind of wonder what's really up there. Teams just seeing him. Maybe he's tipping his pitches. So until he fixes that, I'm not really looking to be betting on Steven Matz here. The Mets, the number 15 pen in MLB by my numbers, were the Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, guys, if you've been paying attention, Philadelphia Phillies bullpen is a dumpster fire. Number 30 in MLB, and by my numbers, 15% worse than the next worst bullpen, which by my numbers is the Pittsburgh Pirates. So, yeah, Philadelphia Phillies bullpen I would stay away from. If I'm betting this one, it would be first 5 only. I would recommend paying up for the Philadelphia Phillies in the first 5, but I'm going to stay away. I just think it's a little bit too pricey, even though the Philadelphia Phillies are a top 5 offense versus lefties. So I don't know, guys. I would stay away. Yeah, Jay, I mean, fading Mats, it's the way I would go as well. But I just think it's a little bit too pricey here. I don't like laying these big numbers. So Tracy, War Eagle, man, thanks for popping in. Senor Pipes, what is up, man? If you're on the Mets, best of luck. But Mets has been a tough bet. So I'm staying away from that NL East matchup. Got another NL East matchup wanted to break down before I get into my bets. Fried versus Castellano in South Florida. We got the Braves at the Marlins. Fried's been good in his last 3 starts. You know, if you read a lot on Fangraphs, they do a pitch mix article. He's one of the guys that made it in there. I like to pay attention to that stuff. He's upped his usage of his sinker and slider, and sure enough, in his last 18 innings, only 2 earned runs. They've had 3 straight wins while he's starting. So Fried, I have circled on as a bet on candidate. It's just the market's onto this. You know, minus 190 here for the Atlanta Braves in Miami against the Marlins. I know the Marlins starting pitcher Castano, he only has 1 appearance in MLB. It's his second MLB appearance today. His first one on August 8th against the Mets. 4 innings, 4 earned runs given up. He's a 19th round pick in 2016, and he already made MLB, which that's pretty fast for a 16th round pick here. So I don't know. I'd like to see a little bit more from him. He does have a high ground ball rate, which is nice, but it would be the Marlins or pass. I just want to see this starting pitcher pitch a little bit more. I don't think I would lay near $2 here with the Braves, especially considering the Marlins, they've been mispriced all season long. I mean, they're up 8 units on the year. That's the second most profitable team in baseball, only behind the Baltimore Orioles, which the Orioles, we need to note now, in the AL East, they're up double-digit units. If you've been betting the Orioles each and every game, you're up 11 units on the season. That's stuff I'd really like to pay attention to, just because I think the market does misprice some of these teams, especially with all that's going on in 2020, all the changes. Some of these teams are just underpriced. And sure enough, the Orioles plus 11 units, the Marlins plus 8 units, the two teams in the East picked by almost all accounts to be last place teams are the two most profitable teams in MLB. So I think that's something we can use going forward to make a little money here. Also note the Colorado Rockies plus 5.5 units, and some teams that have been, negative here. The Houston Astros down about 5 units. Also the Boston Red Sox down about 7 units. So watch out for just how teams are trending here this year, guys. But I do have 2 bets and one more game that I wanted to throw out, just kind of trends that I'm looking at. But guys, welcome in on the chat. Any questions you got for today's card, I'm happy to answer them here at the end. Just throw it out in the chat box on YouTube, Sports Picks TV on YouTube. Also going live on my Twitter at Drew Martin Bets each and every day here, guys, for the MLB card. Davey, welcome in. Jay, Mike, Tracy, all you guys. So first bet up here for today's card, Shaylin Field in Buffalo. Yes, Tampa Bay Rays at the Toronto Blue Jays, playing in Buffalo. Looks like about 5 mile per hour winds, 80 degrees forecasted for Buffalo. We got Yarborough coming from the left side going for the Tampa Bay Rays. Anderson coming from the right side for the Toronto Blue Jays. Yarborough giving up 13 hits in his last 9 innings. He started off the year really good, guys, but of late, he's given up 9 earned runs in his last 9 innings, both times versus the Boston Red Sox. So that's kind of a tricky handicap in itself, seeing the same lineup twice. But he's a guy that only throws about 88 miles per hour. I kind of like this Toronto lineup, profile-wise against Yarborough. I think that they will have success. And Anderson on the other side for Toronto, he's only had 1 appearance, just went 3 innings, 2 walks, 1 earned run. Also, similarly enough, against the Boston Red Sox lineup, he did give up a 50% hard hit rate. So we're going to likely see a lot of bullpen arms here for Tampa Bay. For Toronto. The Blue Jays do have a pretty good bullpen, number 8 by my numbers. But the thing is, I think that they're kind of back end loaded, where their top 3-4 guys are really good relief pitching arms here in MLB, where the rest of their bullpen, I think it's a little bit more of an unknown, and we're going to see some of those arms likely today, just because I don't see Anderson having a lot of length today. Plus the fact playing in Buffalo, I believe it's 3 games so far, maybe 4. All of them have gone towards the over, and 2 of them, have smashed the over in terms of multiple runs over the posted total. We got a total here, 10.5 or 11. You can kind of get both numbers here, guys. 10.5s are pretty much market wide. I did bet it here in Vegas. You can also get it offshore at 10 in the hook. So I would shop around, because 10.5 or 11, it is a difference. There aren't necessarily key numbers. They're all kind of key numbers when you're betting MLB totals. But I got it over 10.5, minus 115 at Circa here in Las Vegas. So that's the first play up here, guys. Tampa Bay, Toronto over the total of 10.5. A lot here kind of lining up. I just think this ballpark plays small. Toronto, number 9 versus lefties. Tampa Bay, number 6 versus righties. So against the opposing handedness of the pitcher, both lineups top 10 in MLB. Bullpens, Tampa Bay struggled a little bit, number 19 by my ratings. Toronto, number 8. So watch out there. I just think it is backloaded. So overall, guys, like the over in Tampa Bay versus Toronto today in that game. First pitch at 6:30 Eastern time. Got another one here. Next bet up here, Oakland versus San Francisco. We got Sean Manaea on the hill for the Oakland A's, coming from the left side, versus Kevin Gausman going for the San Francisco Giants. Manaea, he hasn't been good of late. I'm kind of really wondering what's up, if he's injured, what's going on here. He gave up a 75% hard hit rate last time out. That's very alarming. 24 hits this year and only 15 innings pitched. 15 earned runs given up in those 15 innings. So Sean Manaea is really a fade-only candidate for me, guys. And Kevin Gausman, he's really resurrected his career going out on the West Coast here to San Francisco from Baltimore, where he didn't really have that great of numbers in Baltimore. Now out in San Francisco, he's been great. 6.1 innings pitched his last time out against one of, if not the best lineup in all of baseball, the Dodgers. And he only gave up 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, no walks, only 3 hits. This year, he has a 23-2 strikeout to walk ratio. So Kevin Gausman's been great. That's the way I'm actually looking to go here, is on the San Francisco Giants, guys. The one thing I do want to throw out there, bullpens, heavy advantage towards the Oakland A's. A's number 4 bullpen in all of MLB so far this year, whereas the San Francisco Giants number 25 in Major League Baseball out of the bullpen ratings by my numbers. So I want to stay away from the Giants bullpen and take advantage of the Giants number 8 in all of MLB versus lefties, talking about their lineup, whereas Oakland number 9 versus righties. But I do think Gausman's past success this year is going to help our cause on the San Francisco Giants. I am going first 5 on the San Francisco Giants. I got them plus 110 first 5 at the Westgate. So do give up a little bit of that plus price, not going the full game, but I think it is a lot safer bet leaving their bullpen out of the equation. So got the San Francisco Giants plus 110 in the first 5 on the second bet here, guys. So got one more game wanted to break down and hit the chat box. So feel free to throw out any questions in the chat and I'll answer them, guys. And we can start to wrap it up here. But Texas, Colorado, a game that we were involved with last night, got the win. Handicapped it right from the Texas pitcher side. But also Colorado's pitcher pitched well, too. It was a low-scoring affair there, a mile high. But tonight's game, we got Kyle Gibson going for the Rangers. I have him circled on as a bet-on candidate here. He's a sinker guy, 38% throwing his sinker this year. That usage is up. This year, he has 3 starts, 15 innings, 15 Ks, 6 walks, which is a little worrisome pitching in Colorado, and he's given up 7 earned runs. But I think that sinker usage should help him tonight. The only problem is he's never pitched in Colorado, and I don't like betting on guys that have never pitched in Colorado when they're pitching in Colorado that first time. I think it is a little volatile here. So that's what's keeping me off the Rangers at a big plus price. Plus the fact Marquez, he's been pretty good. 26 innings, 6 earned runs, 27-6 strikeout to walk ratio. He's pitched pretty good in cores as well. So I don't know. It's just a tough one, guys. And I did want to throw that out there that Gibson is kind of a bet-on candidate for me. But the fact that he's never pitched in Colorado is keeping me off of it. So I just wanted to throw that game out there as well. So got the 2 bets in. And, any questions, guys, here in the chat box, I'll answer them. Thanks for joining me, guys. A lot of you guys in here. Happy Saturday to you. Hopefully add a couple units to the year that we've already had. Mike Campbell, what is up, man? Yeah, yesterday was nice. So hopefully add on to it today. Jay, how is the Marlins bullpen? Well, we got, by my rankings, they are top half, number 13 in MLB, Jay. So in the Atlanta-Miami game, it is a small advantage towards Atlanta. I have Atlanta pinned at number 11. So pretty good bullpen, but middle of the road, I would say. How about them A's last night? Battle of the day. Yeah, for sure, Davey. We also got Marshawn Lynch would not approve of this, Drew. What do you mean? What is he not approving of? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Any thoughts on the play-in game between Memphis, Portland? I don't. I would refer you probably to Ski Profit or Aaron Renning in terms of NBA knowledge. But so yeah, at Ski Profit on Twitter or at ER Wins, I believe, on Twitter. Check one of those 2 guys is what I would recommend. Check cleared Philadelphia first 5. You're going to have to pay up for it. I mean, minus 160 price tag on Nola in the full game. I like Philadelphia here. Wouldn't talk you off of it. I'm just not going to lay that big of a price check. Colorado first-time pitcher part. Yeah, that's a big one. I don't like betting on pitchers pitching for the first time in Colorado, 805. So good point there. Yeah, but Marlins bullpen at number 13 for me. And Bart saying San Francisco team total over. Yeah, actually, that's correlated with the way I'm betting it anyway. So, yeah, I just didn't look that way. But, Bart, I'm with you, man. We're likely both going to cash or both not cash. But, yeah, not talking you off a team total, man. So, guys, in recap, we got the San Francisco Giants first 5 plus 110. We also got the over of 10.5. minus 115. That one I bet at Circa. The San Francisco first 5 plus 110. I bet at the Westgate, both here in Las Vegas. So, guys, those two bets locked in. So if you're tailing, best of luck. If you're fading, I hope you lose. Guys, be safe out